Could have been anywhere in the YouTube world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Welcome to Zay Reviews. Another Wednesday night has come and gone, so you know what that means. We are here and we are reviewing this week's edition of AEW Dynamite. So the night starts off with our boy CM Punk. He is going one-on-one with FTR's Dax Harwood, and after a technical masterclass from both guys, CM Punk locks in the Anaconda Vice and gets the win, tapping out Dax Harwood. After the match, as Cash Wheeler is helping Dax Harwood out of the ring, we see the Gun Club ringside. They are talking mess to FTR, and it looks like further down the line we are going to get a match between FTR and the Gun Club. But anyway, after CM Punk got his win, he's in the ring celebrating the victory. He does the title motion, letting everybody know that he's going for the belt. Which belt, we don't know. It could be the TNT Championship, it could be the world title. Hopefully it's the world title, but let's see in the future. Next, we get the craziest 8-man tag as the team of Private Party, the Butcher and the Blade, take on the team of the Hardy Boys, Darby Allin, and a man called Sting. Now the match was filled with crazy spots. A couple of my favorite spots when Butcher, he freaking threw Darby Allin down a set of stairs. Meanwhile, you got Jeff Hardy doing a swanton bomb off the ladder, going through the Butcher and the Blade, taking them out. Then we get a crazy spot with Sting doing the Scorpion Death Drop and Matt Hardy doing the Twist of Fate at the same time. It was just fanfare all across the board. And after that double team spot with Sting and Matt Hardy, you already know the team of Sting, Darby, and the Hardy Boys, they definitely win this one, no question. It was a crazy match. The crowd went nuts. Man, AEW, they know how to entertain their people. Trust and believe. Next, we get a tag team match. Jon Moxley, Bryan Danielson, the new team that formed just a couple weeks ago. They're going up against the Varsity Blondes, Brian Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison. Now, this match was all Danielson and Moxley. They beat the hell out of the Varsity Blondes. The match comes down to the end when Jon Moxley started hitting that elbow combo on one guy, and then you got Bryan Danielson hitting the Danielson stomps on the other guy. And after they did their little combat moves, they go right into their respective submissions. Jon Moxley with the headlock on his dude. You got Bryan Danielson with the what do they call it now? Is it the yes lock? Is it the crossface? Whatever Daniel Bryanson be doing now. They locked them in their respective submissions, and they won by tap out. Post-match, we get a promo from this new team who is accompanied by William Regal. Jon Moxley takes the mic. He says that their new team are called the Blackpool Combat Club, and if you want to get down, there's only one way to get down. It's the hard way. Now, since in the previous week we had that little tease between Wheeler Yuta and the Blackpool Combat Club, who knows? Maybe Wheeler will leave the Best Friends and go to the Combat Club and maybe get himself over, surrounding himself with all these badasses. I don't know. It sounds like a real AEW move, because if you think about all their stables, they're surrounding their up-and-coming talent that they're trying to mold with seasoned vets or people who have garnered a name for themselves. So maybe that's the route they're going to go. So after that tag match, we get an in-ring promo from MJF. MJF takes the mic and he reminds Wardlow that regardless that whatever Wardlow did to cost him his match, at the end of the day, Wardlow, I own you, pig. Like, throughout the promo, he kept calling Wardlow a pig. MJF goes on to say, I could do whatever I want with you. At the end of the day, I own you. If I want to put you on a cross, I could put you on a cross. The fact that he said that, and the fact that they allowed that in a wrestling promo, is actually kind of wild. He goes on to say, hey, look, y'all, it's going to be a very long time before y'all see Wardlow again, because I'm going to keep that man on ice. It might be next week, it might be a few months from now, it might be a few years from now, but whenever Wardlow gets back in this ring, is my say so. So in other words, I'm pretty sure they just wrote Wardlow off for a little bit, and they'll find a loophole for him to come back on AEW television, and then eventually we'll get that confrontation between MJF and Wardlow, but it looks like they found a way to write him off for a couple weeks. Next, we get what I feel is my favorite match of the night. By far, we get a one-on-one confrontation between Jay Lethal and Adam Cole. Now, me being a huge ROH stan, we get this match between two former ROH World Heavyweight Champions. And man, these guys do not fail to disappoint. At one point, you thought Jay Lethal was going to tap Adam Cole out, that Adam Cole would grab the rope. You thought at one point that Adam Cole would win with the Panama Sunrise, but then Jay Lethal kicked out. But the match would come down to its end as Red Dragon, Adam Cole's boys, they would come down and distract the ref. And as Jay Lethal would try to hit Lethal Injection, I've never seen a counter like this with the Lethal Injection, but it's just a testament to both guys and how well they perform. Jay Lethal tried to go for the Lethal Injection, but as he tried to flip upright to catch him with that neck breaker, Adam Cole would counter with that low blow and then hit him with the boom knee to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3. Adam Cole with the not so clean win, because it did come from a ref's distraction by Red Dragon. Adam Cole would have never hit his special if Red Dragon ain't distract that ref. We do get a post-match promo as Adam Cole calls out the AEW World Champion, Hangman Page. And as Adam Cole is talking his mess, Hangman Page comes out. I don't know how smart this was. It's 3 minutes in the ring. You coming out all dolo. You know you're about to get jumped. And as Adam Cole and Red Dragon start to put the beat down on the AEW World Champion, he gets rescued by the AEW Tag Team Champions, Luchasaurus Jungle Boy, along with Christian Cage. They come down to the aid of the World Champion. They already had that 6-man tag, so I don't know where they're going to go with their respective standoffs, but imagine if Adam Cole was AEW champion and you have Red Dragon as the tag team champions. But AEW at the moment, they have the best tag team division hands down. So the fact that you have these teams fighting over the tag titles, when you got another team brewing with the Blackpool the Blackpool Combat Club, and with all the other tag teams that they have in their division, all they're missing is the Briscoes. And then you probably have the best tag team division of all of wrestling right now. And then when you have that, at the end of the day, who cares who the tag team champions are in AEW? Because right now their tag team division is unmatched. Next, we get an in-ring promo with Sammy Guevara and Taynara Conti. And he lets Scorpio Sky, an American Top Team, know that his business is not done. This causes Dan Lambert, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky to come out. Dan Lambert does go on to hype up each member of American Top Team. He also goes on to say that he is one of the best TNT co-champions of all time. Man, I tell you, whenever Dan takes the mic, I am 100% tuned in, because you never know what he's going to say. He either going to say something outlandish or something hilarious. But as he has the other TNT championship, he goes on to kiss the belt. And after he does that, Sammy Guevara goes on to say, hey, look, if you knew what Ty and I did while wearing that belt, I know that we live in your head rent-free, but apparently we live in your mouth too. That was so funny. Funny segment all around. Very entertaining from both parties. And I guess we're going to get a confrontation between Taynara Conti and Paige Van Zant. Paige Van Zant is probably going to get the win, but we'll see when we get there. Next, we get a one-on-one between Layla Hirsch and Red Velvet. And it kind of confirms my deepest fears with AEW, because AEW has a good roster, but they have a mix of homegrown talent, indie darlings, and people that they signed over from WWE. So whenever they have an element, when they have a homegrown talent versus a homegrown talent, it sucks whenever the crowd is not invested. And you could tell that the crowd wasn't really invested in this match, but it did come down to a filthy finish, as Layla Hirsch would take a piece of like the turnbuckle, like the metal piece of the turnbuckle, and she would hit Red Velvet as the ref wasn't paying attention. Like, she would try to hit Red Velvet with one, The ref would stop her, and as the ref was throwing out the one piece, she just pulled another piece out of the trunks, hit Red Velvet, knocked Red Velvet out smooth. 1, 2, 3. She gets the dirty pin. And Layla Hirsch, she wins this match. After a quick backstage promo with Jade Cargill, Smart Mark Sterling, talking about the fact that Jade is still undefeated and wondering who is going to be the unlucky number 30. We get a promo at the Titantron with our brand new AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa. Now, before Rosa could even get a word off, she gets interrupted by a voice coming from backstage, and all you hear is, "Excuse me!" So you already know it's Vicky Guerrero. And in a very odd promo, Vicky goes on to say that Thunder Rosa, she's not illegal Texan, so she should backstroke to I don't know. Listen, it was very uncomfortable throughout that thing, and before they can even go back and forth all crazy, Nyla Rose comes through. She ambushes Thunder Rosa from behind, and it looks like that Thunder Rosa's first rivalry, her first opponent as AEW Women's Champion, is Nyla Rose. And lastly, we get the main event of the night. We have this new stable, the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. You have Chris Jericho along with Daniel Garcia taking on the team of Alex Reynolds, John Silver, 2 representatives from the Dark Order. And of course, if you want to get a brand new stable over, you gotta let them win their first match. So without shock here, Chris Jericho, Daniel Garcia, they get the win. After Alex Reynolds would hit Daniel Garcia with a very aggressive knee, Daniel would grab the ref, and as Daniel Garcia has the ref distracted, the vet Chris Jericho, I don't even know what blunt object he had. It looked like a 2x4. I could be wrong. I mean, I feel like I'm wrong. But whatever it was, he hit Alex Reynolds in the back with it, and Daniel Garcia would take advantage, locking Alex Reynolds in the sharpshooter, and then your boy Alex Reynolds taps out. And the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society, they win this match, and they close the show. Now, I would say that this edition of AEW Dynamite was smooth. We got more of a story when it comes to the team of Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. We get more of a development with the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. We got a crazy one-on-one between Jay Lethal and Adam Cole. And we got some storyline implications for both CM Punk and MJF. You know what? Even at this point, AEW could have a very mid show, and their mid would be better than Monday Night Raw's best. You know what I mean? And that was it. That was my review for this week's edition for AEW Dynamite. Black Dynamite reference. But hey, thank you so much for tapping back into the channel. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, share, subscribe, turn them notifications on. Engage, people. Until next time, peace.